Hello, hello! It's very nice to see you here. My name is Emma Van Grieken. I am a poetry, fiction, and spirituality writer, and currently I'm working on putting the final edits onto my 10-year-long collection of poetry. And in this video, I'm actually going to be finishing that book. I'm going to be taking you on a month-long expedition of closing out these edits, and it's a very emotional journey. It's very beautiful, so I'm very excited to get into it. Let's get started. So I had some pretty massive self-doubt creep in sometime last week, and I am just now getting to the point where I feel like myself again. We are diving into chapter 6 of 7 of this novella inside the poetry book, and then we are moving on to the rest of the poems. There is nothing this big anywhere else in this book, so this is the last huge piece. Everything else is smaller poems. And I've been writing some really fun poetry along the way. Incredibly grateful that my creative well is feeling juiced up and that I have the structures that I do in my life to be able to constantly feed me creative material even when I'm not feeling at my best. And yeah, we're just gonna get into these edits and we're just going to take all the self-doubt that was happening last week and turn it into some action. Good morning. So today is April 2nd. I'm going to update you on where we are with Seasons of Life as we are trekking through this book. I am extremely ready to get this poetry book out of my hair. So when I had last checked in, I was telling you about the 7-chapter short story that's inside this poetry book. And I have finally finished editing that entire thing. I have finished editing that part the night that I told you I was going to, and then I immediately felt this sweet release, and then I moved into the next section, and in the next section, Summer, that I'm working on, thank goodness, there are no big long pieces, so I am flying through. I am actually more than halfway through the summer section, and then I'm going to be getting into fall. And just taking a look over the fall section, I actually don't have that many big pieces in there either, so I feel like the fall section is going to fly. And then the winter section is a little bit longer, just because at the end I have a piece that is quite extensive, but I'm really excited about this overall. We are going to edit for probably another hour this morning, and then I have an open mic tonight. I will touch base with you tomorrow on how that goes though, because this is my first open mic reading, and I'm scared but excited, and I honestly don't know if I'm gonna make myself go. I'm having some resistance with the idea of actually going, but I'm probably gonna go anyways. I made a deal with myself that once the edits are in here, once this is a completed manuscript and I can move it forward, I can keep it going, then I can go back and I can focus on other creative writing projects. But until this is done, I'm not gonna spread myself so thin. And this is a huge practice for me. This is something that I have never done before, but I am loving experimenting with. I decided this was my year of completion. This was my year of completion because I have so many projects open and I want them done. I want them closed. I am ready to have physical books in my hands. I'm ready to have completed drafts. I am ready to have something that I can share with people. I'm ready for this to be on my shelf. I'm ready for it to be in your hands. And I'm not allowed to get upset about the fact that I'm not moving forward to where I want to be until this is done, because this needs to be a thing in the world for me to be able to share it with the world. So instead of letting that spiral into doubt, every single time I start to doubt myself or think, what is this writing thing even about? I just use that instead to work on the book. So I am getting really close to the halfway point of the edits for this entire book. As you can tell from where I'm at with the actual manuscript itself, we're pretty much there at the halfway point. So a couple of days ago when I last checked in, I was here, and now I am down here, which means all of this has been edited and added in the past couple days. I will keep you posted, and I'm gonna get back into editing. So it's been quite a few days since I last checked in. We actually did quite a bit of rearranging. So our living room is different. My desk is now down here. So when I last checked in with you, I I said that I was likely going to an open mic night in the city, and I did. And I did in fact do a performance. I read my poem, Every Love I've Ever Had. It was good. It was better than I thought. It went over so nice and so smooth, and the people were so receptive and absolutely lovely. We have made some really good progress once again with this book. We are still moving through seasons of life. We are now almost completely done the summer section, so we are moving into fall. We are over halfway through, and I honestly think I can finish the fall section this week, and my goal is to just be done this whole thing by the end of April. So update. I have just finished the summer section. Like when I said I was close to finishing the summer section, I meant I was that close. So I am now working on the fall section. I have 40 more pieces left to edit. So we are halfway through the edit. Yeah! I'm gonna keep going. I'm officially done the fall section. I just ran 8.2 kilometers. I used to run very regularly. I would run like 5K 3 times a week, but I have not done this for a while. And I was going for this run and it was just so beautiful, and I got chills. I felt the runner's high like going up my spinal cord, and you can tell that I'm very shiny. I'm very happy. Also, I am in the part of the world that just saw the solar eclipse this past Monday on April the 8th. It was beautiful. The light that was there right before the moon crossed over the sun, and then right after it started leaving that trajectory, it was like these beautiful rainbow dusted clouds. It looked like heaven cracking open. I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have a bath and treat myself to a lovely evening. So today we are going to be submitting to some literary magazines. Again, I'm likely going to be taking a break from actually working on the editing process just to shake up what it is that I am doing, put myself out there and try to build my publishing repertoire, because there is actually a big award that I want to submit to at the end of this year. And in order to qualify, you need to be published in at least one literary magazine. So I'm going to be putting together some pieces for that and just going through every single one that I can and hoping to get something accepted. Good morning. It is April 15th. It's 9:45 a.m. I have already vacuumed my house. I've washed my floors. We are feeling pretty productive overall. So I am getting into Seasons of Life editing. I have planned in my timeline for my day about 2 hours of solid focus before I take a break, do some work outside, and then come back in to do another 2 hours of solid focusing. I have done something with this book that I should not have done. It's created a bit of resistance to get back into it. So as you know, as I've been talking about, I've been taking a couple days to rest. And during that time, I have not only created new poetry that I've added to this book, but I have also gone back to the 3rd edition of this book and found poems that I initially decided not to include that I've since reworked and added to the document. What this means is there are now unedited pieces within my document. The structure of the document has changed. It no longer matches this. So this is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. I'm gonna go through Seasons of Life. I'm gonna keep moving methodically until the end of the winter section, and then draft 4 is done. With the extra poems that I've added in now and the fact that I have done so much reworking for a couple different pieces, it is going to be beneficial for me to do an additional draft. How is that going to look? Draft 5 is not going to be printed. I'm just going to go over the document itself and give it a read. So this is my last time formally editing, I would say. The next time around, once this document is actually done, once everything is updated in my Google Doc, I'm just going to read that Google Doc itself, and anything that I notice that's out of place, anything that I notice I can change, get rearranged, get structured better, if the prose can improve, I'm gonna do that. How can I embrace this process of writing even just a little bit more so that in the meantime, I'm not completely stuck on wanting this to be done. I'm just happy where I'm at right now. And can I use that lack of wanting to be somewhere that I'm not to drive me towards it? Can I use the happiness and the joy of this process to get me to where I want to be instead of wanting and then pushing forward? This is something that I contemplate a lot, but I'm especially contemplating it a lot more now because I'm meditating on this idea of desire and time at the same time, like wanting to do something, feeling like you don't have enough time, feeling like there's too much, not enough at the same time. I'm just really going through that cycle. I can say need, I can say want, but I don't actually have to. Besides just new little poems that spring up here and there, I'm not creating time to create anything new. I'm just doing this. And the more that I focus on doing one thing at once, simultaneously, I realize how healthy that is for me to do, and that I have very little experience doing that. So this is also what I'm finding. The more that I just focus on one thing, the more space I do have in my head, which means the more room I have to ruminate, the more room I have to contemplate. And so at the same time that I've been focusing on just one thing, I'm also sitting a lot with this idea of desire and time. What do I want? How long is the commitment? What's the actual outcome? Am I looking for something external that I could be getting within? So, all of that said, I am extremely proud to tell you that I have this much left to edit of this flippin' text. I am so close to the end of this book. My writing is shifting so much. In seasons of life, I very much contemplate nature and healing and growth and transformation. So far, what I've been writing in this new poetry wave that I'm coming into, it's a lot more lyrical, it's shorter. I'm noticing that the stuff I'm writing is a lot more, it's speaking more to my personal thoughts and my personal experience, which people are resonating with quite a bit. I wasn't even planning on being up this early, but the sunrise this morning was a rainbow, and then it was just this bright golden ball, and I was sleeping a little bit in between it, but I'm pretty sure I've been up since 6 a.m. I got out of bed at 6:45. It is now exactly 7 o'clock. So what are we working on today? Today is April 22nd. I really couldn't think about that for a second. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it before, but this final piece that's in this book is the first piece that I ever finished. And it's very interesting because it doesn't need that much editing. The prose is well organized, it's not overly corny. I'm very proud of this piece, and it really just brings me back to the whole start of my journey, because when I think about where this book began, it really began with this first finished piece, and it's so beautiful. Being 10 years past when I first wrote this, at the point where I am now ready to close out the book, move it on to publication, it's just a very cool reflection. Like, it's hard to put into words. Being 25, looking back at 15-year-old me, starting this whole thing, and now I am here. There's no words to describe the gratitude or how much I love that piece of me that began this, how proud I am of my own little self who just relentlessly kept writing no matter what. But I really, really like this. This is really beautiful, and I'm very excited. happy Monday. So we just got back from Montreal last night at 10:30. We pretty much just crashed right into bed. And today I was really wanting to go for a run, so I just got back from a 5K with my dog. Odie is sweating so much. I am about 2/3 through the last piece in Seasons of Life, which means we are going to finish the edits today. My plan right now is to just drink a bunch of water, sit down, get those edits done on the book, check back in with you, and then honestly probably work on editing this video. And Odie brought me a toy. So I will check back in with you when I am done the final edits, and I'll see you soon. We are officially done editing Seasons of Life. So I've been giving myself a couple days to calm down, relax, really feel into the success of this instead of just pushing myself directly into the next steps. But I just sobbed when this book was done. I just looked at it, started flipping through the pages, and every title was a memory. Every piece was something that I've been through, something that I've experienced, something that I've seen. Being able to have that completed was very cool. There you have it. I have taken you from, I think it was March 23rd to April 29th. So this was a little bit more than a month. And in the time that this video has been going on, I did my first 2 spoken word events ever. I have grown so much just through doing that. And the season of spring has just bloomed around us. The eclipse also happened during this time. So I'm very, very thrilled to be at the spot that I'm at, and incredibly grateful to you for watching all the way to the end. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching this journey. I'm very, very, very much looking forward to everything that it is that's coming out of this channel and that's coming forward. And other than that, I will see you in the next video.